Do you feel drained and unfulfilled at work? Do you feel like you're drowning in a sea of deadlines and office politics? Would you like to break free from this cycle and find true power within? Join me as we journey to reclaim your self worth, your peace, and transform your life. Wouldn't it be fun to tell all those naysayers and detractors, bring it on? If you stay till the end, you'll be in a position to do just that. What happens externally is largely out of our control. People stealing your ideas, one upping you, labeling you unfairly. This is just par for the course. Believe me, I have experienced it. But there's one thing I can speak with conviction on. The resistance I experienced helped me grow because I had this strong belief that the universe was working in my favor. And I know that is true. So every time I experienced resistance from my detractors, it just made me stronger. I evaluated my experiences deeply during moments of quiet reflection and asked, is there a lesson buried in here? I learned to weather the storm. I learned to overcome it, and it made me even more resolute on who I was going to become. It gave me strength to design my future self, and I want to share that with you. The pain causes you to seek answers and it causes you to dig deeper and eventually help you find the silver lining. These are the life lessons buried in what you would call harsh experiences. The pain you're enduring is what's pushing you forward. Just like in my case, when I talked about detractors, my detractors got a mention in my book, my dedication page, because they truly were instrumental in building me up stronger and better. Before you begin your journey, picture a world where your self worth is not dictated by the external world, but instead by your inner strength and your confidence. It's not your managers, your peers, your competitors who assign your value. You do it yourself. Arthur Ashe once said, start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. And that's the framework for today's conversation. Start where you are. You don't need a special time, a special day to get started. Start today. Start now. All it takes during the course of your day, during periods of downtime, when you turn to social media and start scrolling, and I know why you do that, it's to get away, it's to distract yourself from the pain of reality. But what if you were to switch that habit and sit down for reflection? Sit down with yourself alone in a quiet space. Get to know who you really are. Understand your strengths and your weaknesses. Reflect on it. Understand what triggers you emotionally and ask yourself why. This whole journey of self awareness is to grow your emotional intelligence and to strengthen your mindset. If you tend to lean heavily on the negative side, which I did too, learn to shift that negative mindset because it's so essential to feel upbeat and positive about your future. Because when you feel that way, your aura around other people will shift. When you come across positive, you'll start seeing the treatment that you receive shift too. Use what you have. You already have skills, you have talents, you have experiences, wisdom. So why not show up in all your glory? Something that could be stopping you from doing that is maybe going back to external validation. We are afraid that we may not be seen in the right light. But is that so important? It's your future. So what if you get negative feedback? Have the courage to withstand it because every moment of courage is setting you up for future success. Now, don't be obnoxious about it. Do it in small increments of stretching outside your comfort zone. But do not let all those talents become hidden talents. As you start inching forward, becoming the braver you, there is a high likelihood that you're going to feel some resistance. You may almost want to retreat, but I say don't. Do not retreat. Now that you've been working on self awareness, learning emotional mastery, you really know yourself better now. Use that. Use that to say, why does that opinion matter so much? And you know how I used to overcome days where I felt down? I empowered myself to feel better with this Maya Angelou poem. And that was a promise made to myself. And I want you to get there to withstand the challenges and withstand the resistance because you are so worth it. Do what you can. This step is all about progress, not perfection. Perfection, by the way, is almost a self sabotage. So every day, do something that takes you towards your ultimate goal. Now, in your journey, you are going to be your worst enemy with some limiting beliefs, or it could be other people stalling your progress. How are they stalling your progress? It's because your mindset is not in the place where you can separate yourself from their good opinion. Dr. Wayne Dyer noted this, the ultimate place a human can reach where you are independent of the good opinion of other people. You have to strive for that. It does not come easy, but please separate yourself from this absolute need and dependency of the good opinion of other people. Yes, do a good job, but if you get triggered because somebody said something, you just lose momentum towards your progress. As you work on your self awareness, think of your emotional triggers and shore yourself up for whatever the future may bring. Yes, self awareness. Yes, to courage. Most importantly, yes, to emotional self regulation. And you're going to get there. Every roadblock is setting you up for success because you learn from your failures, you adapt, you refine. And that's what happens. But you have to take action. So every day you're taking an action towards your future. When you commit to starting where you are, using what you have, and doing what you can, it doesn't really matter what happens in the external world because what you have now is a good understanding of who you are, self awareness. You're operating with courage. And all those little setbacks are just blips in your growth roadmap. All it needs is you to be strong, build up your inner strength, and act every single day. I wish you the very, very best in your growth journey.